Hey, this is Alex, and this is lesson 10 for 7th grade math. So for this warm-up, I just want you to simplify the following equations. And since it says simplify, doesn't mean solve. So what we're doing is just trying to simplify any fractions or trying to factor whenever we can. So for number 1 here, it's 24x plus 2 over 4. And the only thing we could really simplify here is just the 2 over 4. And the 2 over 4 just simplifies to 1 over 2. So your answer is 24x plus 1 half. Let's do number 4 here. So it's 44x plus 99 all over 11. So just like number 1, we're trying to simplify any fractions here. And this can also be rewritten as 44x over 11 plus 99 over 11. And 44 divided by 11 is just 4x. And 99 divided by 11 is just 9. So 4x plus 9 is your answer for number 4. Alright, so continuing on to this next page right here. You could do number 11. So it's negative times negative 15x minus 10 all over 35. So here, we could do first is just distribute this negative to both of these terms, which means that this is 15x plus 10 all over 35. And from here, we could simplify this even further because these are all factors of 5, which means if you divide this by 5, then it's just 3x plus 2 divided by 7. You're just basically taking out a 5 from here. So our simplified answer is 3x plus 2 all over 7. Now, if we go over to number 16 right here, it is 42x minus 21 over 3. And just like number 1 here, well, you could really just simplify. It's just the 21 over 3. And 21 divided by 3 is just 7. So this is just 42x minus 7. But you could also just factor out a 7, which means that this can be 7 times 6x minus 1. Okay, so for this next section, it's negative exponents. And when you have a negative exponent, it's x, let's say it's x to the power of negative a. The negative basically means that you just put this all in the denominator, meaning that this is equal to 1 over x to the power of a. You move this to the denominator and get rid of the negative in the exponent. So an example is here, number 1. It is 5 to the power of negative 2. And this is also just 1 over 5 squared. 5 squared is 25, so it is 1 over 25. Alright, so if we do number 2 here, same thing, 3 to the power of negative 4. The negative just indicates that this is all just going to be on the denominator. So this is also 1 over 3 to the power of 4. And 3 to the power of 4 is 81. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is just 9 times 9, or 81. So this is just 1 over 81. Let's do we can do number 8 right here. This is negative 10 to the power of negative 2. So same thing here. It might be a little confusing at first, but What this is basically saying is just negative 1 times 1 over 10 squared. And that is also just equal to negative 1 times 1 over 100. Or just negative 1/100th. That is the answer. So if we go here to the second page, we can do number 13, which is 3 to the power of negative 2. But it's over 2. And if we have x to the power of negative a, as shown before here, it's just 1 over x to the power of a. But just like in number 13, if you have this divided by a number like here, what this becomes is 1 over b times this. So for number 13, this would just be 1 over 2 times 3 to the 3 squared. And 3 squared is just 9, so it's 1 over 2 times 9, or just 1 over 18. Okay. Let's do number 15 right here. 6 to the power of negative 3 divided by 5. Same thing like number 13. But this basically is just 1 over 5 times this, 6 to the power of 3. And 6 to the power of 3 is just 6 times 6 times 6, or 36 times 6. And 36 times 6 is also just 216. So 5 times 216 is also just 1 over 1080. Okay, let's try doing number 18 right here, or 17. This is negative 7 over 3, to the power of negative 2. All right, so to do this problem, what you have to do is what we're doing here is just basically making the reciprocal of this, right? So negative 7 over 3 to the power of negative 2. You could also just rewrite that as negative times 3 over 7 squared, just the reciprocal, and take away the negative in the exponent. So to simplify this, just distribute the exponent right here. So it's 3 squared, which is just 9. So negative 9 over 7 squared, which is 49. So negative 9 over 49 is your answer.